Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Superboy, issue 13 in the second story, The Confessions of Clark Kent. Lana is back to her old tricks. She hadn't actually left them. This is her third or fourth story, basically doing the same thing, trying to prove that Clark Kent is Superboy. Hey, but at least that gives Superboy a reason to exist in his own damn story, unlike the last 2 days' stories, where they didn't write a Superboy story, but he was in there not really helping all that much. You could almost forget about him. Honestly, the story succeeded. Well, they didn't really succeed, but the characters succeeded in spite of him. I actually like this Lana story because there's more thought and challenge put into what she's doing to prove that Clark Kent is Superboy. Lana seems to actually have a crush on Superboy now, which was not apparent in the previous stories. But now she is turning to Lois, and sorry if I accidentally say Lois. I've already done it once and tried to correct myself, but I might do it without thinking because, hey, Lana Lang and Lois Lane are basically the same characters most of the time. They do get definitively more different later on in comics when they really try to separate those two L's and care more about characterization. But Lana is just functioning as the Lois character in Superboy. So now she does have a crush on him. And like she literally says she has nothing better to do, she's just going to try to prove it again with Clark. Even though he's definitively proved he's not Superboy to her. Which is an odd sentence to say. I know he's Superboy. Oh my god, is this gaslighting now working on me? I think I'm just tired of this story. Which is surprising, seeing that I do actually like this story. Instead of going about this by, befriending Clark or even dating Clark, he seems like a solid chap. Try dating him. You're not going to get Superboy. He has no time for a girlfriend. There's things on fire in Smallville. Smallville has a really high crime rate for him to exist in it. For such a small town, with their hundreds of museums, their variety of museums. I don't even know what I'm going on about. I'm just annoyed by how Smallville is depicted so he can exist there and they can give him more and more stories when it's a Smallville. And not all of these are great, like the weird balloon that only he could blow up. But Clark is outsmarted in ways because she understands his powers, which is really his mistake. He shouldn't have advertised how his powers work. So, for example, she gives him a gift that is full of a substance that will catch fire if he uses his X-ray vision, which he does, so fire catches immediately. That was a mistake, because only that would happen if X-ray vision was used. See, that is very clever. I wish she was doing stuff like that more often, or I wish she was doing anything more often than this. So Clark has to come up with quick ways, sometimes clever, sometimes not that clever. He's honestly improvising his way through this story. He's surprisingly dumb most of the time. It's also just interesting to me that he still doesn't like Lana. Though to be fair, if someone was constantly in your face trying to prove that you were someone you don't want anyone to know that you are, you would probably dislike them too. So I don't think she's gone about this once again the right way. Try to be his friend, not an annoyance or a foil. Now, I said I like this story, and I like this story up to a point until Clark needs to really get rid of her. So Clark is going to teach her a lesson because it's 1950s comics, and if Superboy or Superman isn't teaching a woman a lesson, God forbid. Yeah, it becomes really sexist. He's not just going to prove he's not Superboy again, which of course he is. He's going to make sure to humiliate her while doing it. Not only does he make her think that he is Superboy, even though he is Superboy, he does such a bad job at it, proving that he isn't Superboy in front of everyone after she has bragged about the fact that she solved this and that he's basically hers. She becomes a laughingstock. It's really bad and bullying towards her. Though I wonder if you could argue that her trying to prove that he's Superboy is a form of bullying. It probably is, but he really tries to traumatize her here. To really no, you need to give up on this. I don't want you trying this again. I want you to have bad, anxious thoughts of the idea of this. This is hyperbole to what exactly he does, but it's not exactly off the idea of what he's trying to do to her. And yeah, it's just really mean for him. At times like this in the Golden Age, I don't even understand why I like this character. This is not stuff Superboy or Superman would be doing later on when we really understand that character. It's not a very hopeful thing to do to make someone an absolute laughingstock and embarrassment to the entire town. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 13 in the second story, The Confession of Clark Kent. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Friday is Bat Friday. We cover a Batman story, either Detective Comics or Batman. Until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow. And is Lana ever going to be able to show her face again? Yeah, of course she is. This didn't work. She's going to try it again. Okay, have a great day.